Hey guys, welcome back to Nduta Speaks. My name is Nduta. First things first, I do want to apologize. It's been a while since I've done a video. A lot of stuff behind the scenes that have been going on that we had to first take care of. Clearly, my face can show you. Look at all these breakouts from all that video. So today, I felt the first topic we should discuss thinning hair or hair breakage because I've seen this a lot on social media. I've seen it a lot on just questions that people ask and also questions that I get as well. First things first, I'm just going to dash all your hopes. There's no such thing as a miracle cure. All these products that are like regain your hairline in 2 weeks, in 1 week, it is a lie. It is not going to work like that. You do need, there's a lot that goes into having healthy hair and protecting your hair. So there's no miracle cure. So just like stop, get that out of your head, and then we can continue with the video. Now, there are a lot of things that cause you to have hair loss. Some of them are preventable, some of them are not preventable. So we'll start with the ones that you cannot prevent. Pregnancy. A lot of women, once because of the hormones and everything, once you give birth, you tend to have um, a lot of shedding and a lot of breakage, but that's just because the hormones are just like shifting and it's a lot going on with your body. And that's usually after a while it'll come back. So that's like nothing to worry about. Another one is hair loss, alopecia. Now, the thing about it is there was a study that was done, and like 40 to 45% of women, black women especially, suffer from alopecia. The reason it's not talked about so much is because one, there's this like your hair is your crown kind of thing. There's a stigma bit behind it, there's a bit of embarrassment behind it. So maybe women won't go to the doctor, a trichologist. You won't seek the help, you won't talk about it, you just like tend to ignore it. So the more you ignore it, or the more you try like cover up with wigs and weaves without actually trying to figure out what's causing it, makes it even worse. So that's another thing. Another one could be medication. The medication that you're using at a particular point in time can cause that. And then the main one I feel is stress. And there are two types. So usually, like in the movies where somebody is stressed and they're pulling out their hair, there's a thing to that. What kind of happens is your body kind of freaks out and attacks the hair follicles in a way, so you might notice thinning. And then also, which is what happens to me, is like you kind of tend to lose like chunks of hair at a time. It will grow back in like 6 months to a year, but usually like you just have a bald spot that's like as smooth as this. That usually happens as well. So stress is another factor that you could try and prevent it, but then in this life of ours, like there's really not much you can do to kind of like prevent stress. So for those ones, make sure you like if you notice your hair is thinning out, first of all go see a trichologist and see if it's genetic, if it's the medication, like try and evaluate what exactly is happening to you. The ones that we can prevent, and that is your braids. How tight do you get your braiding done? Like there's some people who insist on like even like shaking these small hairs. There's no point. Your hair is gonna break. Your hair is way too, especially at the hairline, it tends to be a little bit more fragile. So if you do that, you will have breakage. There's also your weaves can cause you to have, especially like the tracks are too tight. You will have your hair will thin out. Having the tight ponytails or hair puffs that tight, and you know it's too tight because you have a headache like halfway through the day, like your hair is like we're done. So there's that as well. That will cause you to have thinning hair. So if you can avoid those, the working climate. We have not gotten to a point where everybody can just like rock their hair as is and just tell your boss like, no, I'm trying to preserve my edges, that's why it's not straight. So you might have to straighten your hair. So if this is the case for you, when you go to the salon, tell them not to use high heat. If anything, as low as it can get, because your hair will still get straight. They just don't are not maybe not used to it. But if you're their client and they respect you and they respect your money and they value your money, because that's basically what it is, um yeah, tell them you don't like a lot of heat, and they should be able to respect it. If they don't, then just move to another salon. That's the first thing. If you can also get a heat protectant when you're blow drying your hair, ORS has a very nice one. It's called um hair something, hair gloss or something like that. But if you buy it, whatever heat protectant you use, make sure it says heat protectant on it, because that's the only way you can be sure that you're getting what you need to get. Another thing is, and this is I've noticed, is too much gel, because we're in the era of like laid edges and you want your edges to be perfect at all times. Now what happened is like some gels have alcohol in them, and that could weaken and like also cause your hair to be very dry, so that will cause your hair to like also break. So what you can do is, if you use gel at night, make sure you like wipe it off, make sure that you remove all traces of it from your hair. And you don't have to use it all the time, like maybe use it for, if you have to use it for work or you feel like you're more comfortable using it. And on the weekends when you're not doing anything, just let your hair be, let your hair breathe, and try to avoid using gel. Another thing you can use is like butters, like heavy butters. And just apply that and then put a head wrap around your hair, leave it in as you get dressed, and your hair will still be straight. Like once you take it off, it'll do a good job of keeping your hair straight. So like you can use like a shea butter, you can use black castor. What else? Those like something heavy, like something very heavy to just like that. Puddings as well for the styling creams. You can use that as well to help your hair also not thin out. If you have done all this, or you know you at the point of this video, at the point where your hair is already thinning, or you are at this point where you need the help, first things first, do all the above steps. Like make sure that your hairstyles are not too tight, make sure that you're not using heat and you're not using harsh chemicals on your hair as well. And then that's the first step. And then now get into like the oils. um Use like a black castor. Black castor is known to be very good at stimulating growth. Also, something with a peppermint as well. That's also really good for stimulating growth. Just give yourself a massage, a scalp massage daily. Also, please, 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 keynote, be very consistent about um, massaging your hairline and massaging your hair, because you can't do it on Monday and then don't do it for the rest of the week and then do it again on Friday. You can lather your hair with black acid and then like don't take care of your hair, it's still gonna break off. It's the equivalent of like, I would say, taking Panadol and then just like banging your head across the wall. Same thing. You're still gonna have a headache even if you took the medicine. It's not gonna work. So you have to help the products work for you. Healthy diet, what you eat also reflects on what happens on the outside as well. So make sure you have a healthy balanced diet, a lot of vegetables, drink lots and lots of water. I feel like this is the thing that people say a lot, and like nobody drinks as much water as you should, I feel. But yeah, whatever you put on inside your body kind of helps to heal you on the outside. So yeah, that's it. I feel like it's pretty concise. It gives you like an idea and a starting point to get healthy hair and just like maintain healthy hair practices. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Also, I'd love to get your feedback, so you can send it to me on under the comments on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or just you can send us a quick message and we can continue the conversation. Have an amazing week, you guys. Thank you.